Today we will be opening some Lorwyn Eclipsed Collector Boosters from Micro Center at MSRP. Thank you guys. And I was told Dylan, the manager, picked these three, said this is the good one, the third pack. And then Casey is supposed to be the extremely lucky one there. And he picked this one. And I'd like to thank them for contributing to the Gen Society channel where we do art and poetry features. And that's what we'll be looking for in these 4 packs, is a good artist to feature that we pull from here. And I'll be including some and writing some poetry to that artist. So let's get into it and see what we find. I'll also include any cards that are worth over $5, and I'll give a little ding right in the middle of the screen to let you know that we got something good. Okay, let's get into it. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna have two piles here. One for maybe features and one for no, that's a maybe. So that will be going right here. Gold Medal Nomad. I don't think so. I love that Lorwyn, they actually put the rares in back so you don't have to do any weird little shuffling. Love that. That's a no. Crossroad Watcher. Wow, the art in here is just great. Loving it, loving it. Okay, that's a maybe. Scarblade Scout. Wild. So, wow, that's cool. Wow. Okay, I don't know if the universe's sets quite are matching up as far as the art goes. All these are maybes. I'm loving the art in this so far. And another one. I don't think I'd feature that though. Seer. Here we go. We're on to some rare action. Let's get something good. Come on, gods of pulling magic cards. Give me something good. That's a pretty cool art land. Or land on there. Here we go. Whoa! Abigail, Eloquent First Year. Oh, very nice. And what is that? Flying First Strike, lifelink. When Abigail enters, up to 1 other target creature loses all abilities. Put a flying counter, a first strike counter, and a lifelink counter on that creature. I don't think I'm going to be featuring. What do we got next? Wickersmith's Tool. Whenever 1 or more -1/1 counters are put on this creature, put a charge counter on this artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. 5. Sacrifice this artifact. Create X tap 2/2 colorless scarecrow artifact creature tokens where X is the number of charge counters on this artifact. I'm giving the rares some extra attention, as you can see. What do we got? What do we got? It's a Kithkin, champion of the Clashon? However you pronounce that. Clashon. As an additional cost to cast this spell, behold a Kithkin and exile it. Other Kithkin you control get 1/1. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Okay, I don't think so. Not a feature. What do we got? Glen Elendra Guardian. Flash flying. This creature enters with a -1/1 counter on it. Move a counter from this creature. Counter target non-creature spell. This controller draws a card. That's pretty good. Okay, and paint. Oh, damn. Painter's Servant. I know that's got to be worth something. That is cool. I was just looking at this card yesterday, and I was going to make a deck with it, so wow, cool. I don't know if I would feature the art, though. But that's definitely worth something. And Kithkin. No. Back to, let's get to it. Okay. Changeling Wayfinder. Bone Club Berserker. Stalactite Dagger. There. Great Forest Druid. Little mana dork there. Kulrath Mystic. Ooh, that's pretty. That's going in the maybe pile, potential. We're just featuring one out of these 4 packs, so we've got a lot to choose from so far. Rhymekin Recluse. Elemental Wizard. Okay, we got some. Oh, that was an uncommon too. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty strange looking, but cool. Okay, Kith Keeper. No, I don't think so, though. Not the feature. Impolite Entrance. No. Eclipsed Bogart. No. Oh. The lands are taking the center stage. That is pretty cool. That's definitely going into the potential pile. Okay, here we go. First rare. Kinskar Sentry. Little Kithkins are back. First strike, lifelink. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Cool. Kill. I don't think a feature though. Aberrant Return. Put 1, 2, or 3 target creature cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Each of them enters with an additional -1/-1 counter on it. Okay, not bad, but not a feature. Ooh, 7/7. What do we got? Moon Shadow. I think this one may actually be worth something. Menace. This creature enters with 6 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever 1 or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. What do we got next? Oh, Ashling Rekindled. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Ashling Rekindled, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay blue. If you do, transform Ashling into Disruptor of Currents. But first, let's take a peek at the back of it. Ashling Rhyme-Bound. Okay, we're going to put Ashling into there. Into the potential pile. Wow, we're getting some goodies. And we got a Merfolk Wizard, Disruptor of Currents, Flash Convoke. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. And Merfolk. I think I'm going to put that in the maybe pile too. We're getting some seriously yummy cards. Let's put that in the maybe. Pack 3. Dylan said this one was going to be his big one. I can't imagine it being bigger than those first 2, but let's see what we get. Feed the Flames. No. Whoa. Blighted Black Thorn. Interesting, but no. Furdot Core. Okay, no. Also has Eldrazi style art on there. Oh, Rooftop Percher. A little changeling there, eh? Burning Curiosity. Yeah. And we got some uncommon action now. Mr. Eclipse Merfolk. Don't think so. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's going in the potential pile. Very nice, very nice. Who is that? Sultan Boros. Oh, I've recognized these Kithkin creatures. Dundulin Weaver. Oh, that's pretty wild. Bogart Mischief. There's a very mystical, universal element to it. We are on to, wow, the lands are just doing themselves right. Here we go. Rares so far, we've got some good stuff. Let's see. Whoa! Bloom Tender. 2 mana for a tap for each color among permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm digging the art too. Let's see what we got. Grave Venerations. We've already pulled this one. And when this enchantment enters, yeah, we already read it, so we don't have to read it again. And Adept Water Shape. Other tapped creatures you control have indestructible. I played with this one on Arena. Not bad at all. Oh, Marilyn Fey Ascendant. Heard about this one. Cool. Very cool stuff, man. Flying, when Marilyn or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of elves and fairies you control from among cards exiled with Marilyn this turn without paying its mana cost. Very cool. Digging the art. So that's a possible... What do we got? What do we got? Okay, again. That's 2. We've pulled this, I pulled this in another pack, not in this video, but that's cool. Maybe it's saying I should probably feature this. I'm really enjoying that artwork. And we got, okay, so that was good. And we got a signed art piece. Art from the art series. Rise the Evermore. Cool, that's signed. All right. Okay, Casey, let's see what you got. Let's get that little 1/1 fairy, huh? Let's hope it is one of those serialized ones, huh? Come on, we're gonna manifest it serialized. Let's go. Temporal Cleansing. Oh, wow. It's going into potential feature pile. That's super cool. Who is that? Wiley Beckert. I'm loving that. And another one, Liminal Hold. Wow. Yeah, the art is just great. Video of Cartagena. Cool. Casey, so far the art pulls are great. No pile. Wonderwine Distractor. New. Gristle Glutton. No. Ooh. Wow. Rhyme Chill. Yeah, that's going in the potential pile. And we're on to the uncommons, yes. Soulbright Seeker. Jeez, they're just slam dunking all over these art pieces. I'm loving all of them. I can definitely, it's inspiring. The art is very inspiring. I can totally write to a lot of this artwork. Probably only needed to open 1 or 2 packs, which I did in the short, YouTube short. We're on to let's put that in now. On to the rares. Let's see what we get. First up, Chiral Attentive Steer. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only once each turn. And next, Oft-Nabbed Goat. Strange little creature there. 2 mana, draw a card, gain control of this creature, and put a -1/1 counter on it. Only your opponents may activate this ability, and only as a sorcery. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more -1/1 counters on it, its owner draws that many cards, and each other player loses that much life. Interesting. Bree of Clan Astautum. Let's take a peek at that. Interesting. Pretty wild artwork. I think that'll go in the maybe pile. 4 mana for a 4/4 tap for 2, 1 white, 1 colorless. Another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Interesting. And, oh, there it is again, Disruptor of Currents. Cool, cool. Flash, Convoke, yeah, we already read this one. We saw that one, that was in the maybe. And Mutable Explorer. Oh, interesting. Changeling, when this creature enters, create a tapped Mutavault token. And art piece. Lorwyn Eclipsed Art Series. Sunderflock. Well, we shall be back for the finals. See who is going to be featured, and I'll probably have 3 runners up. Okay, welcome to the finals with Oko, and this little guy who joins me on all my little exciting adventures, and he is my secret little luck charm. And let's go straight to the runners up. Rhyme Chill by Igor Kristik. That almost was gonna be the feature, possibly on a later date. Then we got Moon Shadow by Julie Ben Bassett. Cool, that's actually a $23 card. Then we've got Shine Striker, Ron Spencer, Wild Colors and imagery there. And then the winner, Marilyn Faye Ascendant. I'm probably gonna make a commander deck out of this one too. Steve Prescott, excellent work. Check back on Gen Society for the feature. I'll be writing some poetry to this one. And we'll feature some more of Steve's work in Magic. And yeah, thank you for joining us. And please comment. Let me know which ones are your favorites. We actually made the pack value in almost every pack and some. So the last pack we didn't, but pack 1, 2, and 3, we went well above the pack value. So we did beat it. But that aside, let me know which are your favorites of the art, even if it's not these or something I opened previously in the channel. Let me know, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we shall see you next time.